going on, everybody? Welcome to the RBS Cinema Podcast.
I know Kung Fu.
Show me.
This is Sparta! I'm thinking I'm back.
Why so serious?
Avengers!
Assemble. I'm Batman.
You better lawyer up, asshole. Because I'm not coming back for 30%. I'm coming back for everything.
I'll be back.
You shall not pass!
RBS.
Lovely.
Welcome, everybody, to a new episode of RBS Cinema. This week's episode, we are talking about Sonic the Hedgehog, the first movie. And this is the end of our Summer Movie Blockbuster month. So next month we're going to be talking about some new stuff in September because we are reaching the end of August here. And I'm your host, Devin. With me is co-host Jack.
I'm still Jack.
And we got to go fast.
We got to go fast on this one?
We got to go fast. We got to eat some chili dogs.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Gotta go fast. Gotta eat some chili dogs. Because in this movie, we gotta go all the way to San Francisco, and our legs don't work, so we have to have this small town police officer take us to San Francisco so we can get our ring so that we can go to the Mushroom Planet.
Yes, correct.
Because we're on the run from an evil scientist.
He's a robot with a PhD.
Yeah. Dr. Robotnik himself. But yeah, I'm excited for what we've got coming up next.
Next month.
Well, yes, just next month in general because it's going to pop off. Which stay tuned for that. And thank you everybody so much for tuning in, watching, listening, however you guys are doing it. Really appreciate it. Leave a like, leave a comment in the comment section below.
Those 3 months went by super fast, if you ask me.
They did.
Like it was not too long ago where we were like, man, 12 movies. That's gonna be a lot of time spent.
I know.
And then we just
Plus around that time, it was just like me, you, and Sam that were gonna do it, and I was just like, all right, each one of us will come up with 4 movies each to talk about summer blockbusters.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Sam couldn't do the podcast anymore, so there was that. And then it was just us two, and we've just been talking about summer movies the whole time.
Yep. So we're finally done with that now. So we're going to be retiring the wheel, unfortunately.
Yep. Unfortunately, we won't have the wheel anymore. So
but we'll be back to taking suggestions and whatnot.
Yes.
If there are some movies that we probably have a huge backlog of movies that like we have been meaning to see, or we've said that we wanted to see, but we can't do it right now because we're doing the Summer Movie Blockbuster list. But now we're finally done with that. Summer is ending. So
summer is ending, even though it kind of goes into September. But I feel like that September we could just talk about whatever.
Yeah, basically.
So I because like now school's starting back up at time of recording. So there's that, and like I pretty much indicate that as being the end of summer, because like I don't go off of like calendar year of being like, oh, technically this is the first day of summer and this is like the first day of fall, and I don't care about any of that. The first day of fall starts once it actually starts to get like sweater weather. That's when fall starts.
Some people say that like fall doesn't even start until like Halloween,
right?
Like
like. Pretty much the end of September, early October.
The first, like for at least here in the Midwest, the day that it drops below 50 degrees, summer's over, winter has started. Mm-hmm. Actually, I would even say like below 60 degrees. Right. When it's below 6 degrees, summer's over, winter started.
Yep.
At least here. So
pretty much.
Before we get started, since we are talking about the Sonic movie, but like. Of course, there's been a lot of different Sonic. There's been a lot of different Sonic media throughout this before they actually decided to make a like major motion picture of a Sonic film. Yeah, I want to know, like, are you? I mean, you're wearing a Sonic shirt right now, but are you a big fan of Sonic?
Yeah, I really liked the games and stuff growing up. Like, I used to have a Sega Genesis, and I used to have like the first game. I didn't have the second game, but I had Sonic and Knuckles.
Okay.
Like, it was like an expansion pack.
Yeah.
So I had that. I also have Sonic Frontiers for my PlayStation. I haven't played like every Sonic because like I never played Sonic 2 or 3. I did have a few of the Game Boy games growing up. But no, I actually really like Sonic. I think it's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool guy. He eats chili dogs. He runs really fast, and he always fucks with Robotnik. So there's that.
See, a lot of people that I talk to who are Sonic fans usually point to like Sonic Adventure 2 as their first real Sonic experience. Like for me, that wasn't the case because it was a little. I never played Sonic Adventure 2 because I didn't have a GameCube.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was also on like PlayStation and stuff like that, but like I also didn't play that. Like my very first Sonic experience was Sonic Heroes.
Yeah.
And then from there on, I just played the ones that came after that. But like, if you have like for me, my favorite Sonic game of all time, and probably one of my favorite games of all time, is probably Sonic Unleashed.
Yeah. I played that one for the 360.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the best version.
Yeah, I played that one for the 360. I also played Sonic Riders. You remember that one when they were all on like hoverboards?
Yeah, they're hoverboards. Yeah, so.
And I also played a little bit of the Sonic Racers.
Okay.
So when they're all in cars,
they're getting a new one now.
So yeah, they're getting a new one, and it's gonna be. I think now it's just dubbed as Sega Riders.
No.
Or I think it's just Sonic Riders still.
No, it's like Sonic Racing Cross Worlds.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Or something like that. So, looks cool.
Yeah, because now they're getting in some new characters and stuff, so that'll be pretty neat.
But
so
yeah, I would say like most people who growing up in the 90s. I mean, that was a little bit past my time, but like it was always like Sonic versus Mario, you know, like.
Oh yeah.
Nintendo versus Sega. And it's like I've always just liked Sonic more than I have. I have a closer attachment to Sonic than I do Mario, which is probably why I like this movie a little bit more than I like the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah, I mean, I've had both of them. I used to have an N64, so I used to play Mario 64 a lot, and I also played because my aunt had an NES at the time. Or no, she had a Super Nintendo. And no, she had both. Never mind. But yeah, she had both systems. I used to play Mario a lot too. So I used to play the first one with Duck Hunt. I used to play Super Mario World, Super Mario 3.
Yeah.
Never really 2. I did play 2, but not all the time.
So I feel like the thing with Sonic the Hedgehog as a franchise, that it has ups and downs throughout the years.
Pretty much.
I think like this movie helped catapult Sonic into like this now, like it's now respectable, you know?
Yeah.
Because there was a long time like when Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 came out, and it was a terrible game, and then Sonic just kind of went into this free spin of like there usually be a good game and then a game that was not so good.
Yeah.
And they would just go flop back and forth, and like Sonic fans are notorious for not really knowing what they want.
Yeah.
And having this reputation of just being like very confusing to be able to cater to by the people, by Sega and the people who make Sonic games.
Right.
For the longest time, it's just like they would just start chucking shit at the wall just to see what would work. And then out of nowhere, this movie is announced, and ooh boy.
Yeah, I was actually going to talk about that for the first trailer, was that it wasn't Sonic.
No, his teeth were wrong.
Yeah, everything about him was wrong except for the fact that he was blue. That's the only thing they got right. His eyes weren't the same. They were very little. They were more animal-like. That's what they were going for.
That's what they were going for.
That they decided to make Sonic into a more animal-like features. So his mouth was very narrow.
Yeah.
His eyes were very small and very far apart.
Yes.
And he was kind of tall, like taller than he is in this movie at least, as well as like
his hands were
skinny.
small. I feel like his hands were a lot smaller than he looked like a raccoon.
Yeah, which of course I'll also add in a small clip of not Sonic.
Meow. Oh, come on.
Oh my goodness.
But then here's the other thing too, was that like they some time ago, I think it was maybe a couple years ago, they came out with the Chip and Dale movie.
Yes.
And then they had that version of Sonic in that movie.
I have not
which
seen
I thought
that
was
movie.
hilarious.
They'll like me for who I am, not like last time when the internet got one look at my human teeth and burned the place down.
I've not seen that movie.
I haven't seen it either, but I only know about like them going. I think that they went to a convention and then like there was just a bunch of like washed up animated characters there.
Yeah.
And so that version of Sonic was there.
I think he's called Ugly Sonic in the film, but this movie is a prime example that bullying works.
Yes.
Bullying is effective.
I remember when this first came out that it was like in 2019, I think. And the trailer was coming out and everybody, including myself, was like, the fuck is this? Get this thing away from me. I don't want to see this. Like, this is going to be fucking shit.
And for some reason in the
like,
trailer,
that's not Sonic.
For some reason, the trailer they play Gangster's Paradise.
Yeah.
Like it made absolutely no sense.
Oh yeah, and then
the tone of the trailer was completely off.
Yeah, and then they had everybody like had a huge uproar about it. They were like, "This isn't Sonic. Like, change him to the original." Blah blah blah. And so they actually Paramount came out on social media and went like, "All right, we hear you guys' feedback, and we're gonna change Sonic. We're gonna change him to the original." Character design,
and he was substantially better in this film.
Yes, I would have. And also, here's the other thing too, because like obviously this went on to have 2 additional sequels. So now we're at Sonic 3, potentially going to be Sonic 4, and
potentially not. I mean, confirmed.
Well, yeah, that's why I said potentially.
Yeah,
but like
inevitably.
The thing is that like if they would have just released it as is with like shitty Sonic, I don't think they ever would have made as much money as they did.
Do you think they would have added the post-credit scene in this movie?
No, not at all.
They would have just said this is one and done?
Pretty much. Because that was the whole thing, is that like, spoiler at the end of the movie, like Tails shows up.
Yeah.
But the thing is that Tails probably would have also been different too.
Yeah,
because they wouldn't have gone with the original thing too.
But I feel like there's been certain movies where like there's obvious sequel bait and then it never comes to fruition, like Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Right, with the Sinister Six, with all their gadgets and stuff.
Yeah, they're just like, let's just take that concept they were going to do for Amazing Spider-Man 3 and we'll just make Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah, because especially for that, like they planned to make a third one, but they just couldn't do it because like the studio, not even just Marvel Studios, but like Sony just decided not to go forward with it. They were planning on doing it. They were going to make a script and they were going to do all this bunch of stuff, and then they just decided not to do that because Disney and Sony came to an agreement to have Spider-Man in the MCU, and then that's why he was in Civil War.
And then for some reason after that they did total tangent, like the Vulture shows up at the end of the post-credit scene for Morbius.
Yeah.
It was just very strange.
Of course, that didn't go anywhere at all.
It didn't.
Because I think that they might have been working on Morbius 2. Maybe. But, you can't
Morbius
say that it
2
didn't.
Enter the Morb.
Yeah. No, it's going to be called It's Morbid Time.
It's Morbid Time.
It's Morbid Time.
Jared Leto with the script on his coffee table,
Yeah.
Just like, it's Morbid
and
Time.
having a coffee stain
But
on
anyway,
it, because of course that's how they always do it. But yeah, like that kind of like opened it up. And
it's like how bullying not only saved a movie, but created a franchise at the same time.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I'm totally behind the Sonic franchise too. Like, I love the franchise. Like, the third one is by far my favorite out of the franchise.
Well, just this whole series is just fan service nonstop.
Yeah. Also, I want to point out, because Keanu Reeves is in the third one, that's not the reason why I like the third one as much as I do. It only punches it up, okay? It punches it up. It's a really good story. I really like Shadow.
The third one is also my favorite one because Shadow is in it.
Yeah.
He's probably my favorite Sonic character.
Now, have you ever played the Shadow the Hedgehog game?
I have not, because it was really hard to get back when like you could still rent video games from.
Yeah.
Like, I rented video games from Blockbuster, which is a very old sentence. It's an extremely old sentence.
I used to do the same thing for Hollywood Video. I didn't really go to Blockbuster that much. I think it was probably just because of the fact that they were just a little bit more expensive than Hollywood Video was. But I don't know. I think that for the area that we lived at in Arizona, like, the only closest place was Hollywood Video.
Like,
So,
Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic 06, for as bad as those games seem to have been critically,
yeah.
you couldn't find them anywhere. Like,
No. And, like, especially after people were talking about how bad Sonic 06 was, because, like, that's just a remake of the Dreamcast of Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, it isn't.
I said it's pretty much a remake. I didn't say that it is. It pretty much is.
I wouldn't say that.
Because, like, here's the thing, right? You still have elements from that game, from
Yeah,
Dreamcast.
but
The only difference is that you don't have, like, more of an open world. No, I'm thinking of Sonic Unleashed for that aspect. But, no, because, like, I would argue that it is a remake of the Dreamcast game.
Maybe that was the intention, but then it ended up just being a
Because then they changed it halfway through.
yeah.
And that's what made it Sonic 06, was that they changed it at a certain
Yeah.
point. Because you still have the beginning of...
It was supposed to be Sonic Adventure 3,
Right.
essentially.
And, like, because in that game, in Sonic 06, you still have the first zone, essentially.
like Wave
where,
Ocean, yeah.
Yeah, where you got Wave Ocean, and then, like, after that, you run around the city and stuff. And then in the second part of it, you've got the City Escape. So...
Is that really City Escape, though?
Yeah.
It's Crisis City, though.
Well, Crisis City, whatever.
Tell you what, have you played the newest, like, Sonic game that came out?
Isn't that Sonic Frontier?
No.
Oh, no. It's not. No, you're right.
It's Sonic X Shadow Generations.
No, I haven't.
It's
but
so good.
that was another game that I played, was Sonic Generations, which I really liked. I did think that game was actually pretty good. But yeah, I did think about actually getting it.
It's pretty good.
So
It's very good. I recommend it.
yeah.
Anyway, enough about the video games. Let's get into talking about this film.
I know, going off into a 20-minute tangent about the video games specifically, but you can't talk about a video game movie without talking about.
Yeah,
the
we have
video
to
games
have some
themselves.
background here for
Because we've done that in the past with Street Fighter. We've done that with
we talked a little bit about
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider, yeah. We talked about the PC
Tomb Raider,
game,
that was
so.
more recent. Like the other ones that we've talked about.
I don't remember. I think the only one that I've talked about with you is Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
So, and then this now. So
Yeah.
and then we'll talk about more. I assume so.
Yeah.
But talking about this movie.
Yep. And then I also wanted to point out, be sure to subscribe to the channel so that way that you guys know when we upload. We upload every single week. So we always talk about a new movie. And if you guys have a suggestion for a movie that you guys want us to talk about, leave it in the comment section below. And share this around with anybody that has any interest in movie reviews, just people talking about movies in general.
I want you to tell all your friends about me.
I usually like listening to podcasts where people are just talking about movies because I'm just a big movie nerd as it is. So, really appreciate it. Do all that stuff. And let's get on with Sonic the Hedgehog. So, talk about what the movie is, bare bones, what it's about, who starred in it, directed it, wrote it, and then talk about taglines, and then we'll talk about more in depth about the movie. So, with that being said, Movie is about taking refuge on Earth when Sonic uses his incredible speed and accidentally knock out the power in part of the United States. He catches the attention of Dr. Robotnik and must stop him from using his unique power for world domination.
That first part irks me. It's bad grammar.
Yeah, it's not really great because like the first part is like taking refuge on Earth. Pretty much
Sonic
he is like
take out the when and then it's fine.
Right, when Sonic uses just say Sonic uses his incredible speed, or
the United States.
Yeah. I mean, like it's pretty dumb. I wonder if the back of the DVD says.
Also, that's not really. Yeah, like what does the back of the DVD say?
Because I have the Blu-ray here for people that are listening. So it says the world needed a hero. We got a hedgehog. Powered with incredible speed, Sonic the Hedgehog, aka the Blue Blur, embraces his new world or his new home on Earth. That is until he accidentally knocks out the power grid and sparks the attention of super uncool evil genius Dr. Robotnik. Now it's supervillain versus Super Sonic in an all-out race across the globe to stop Robotnik from using Sonic's power for world domination. Sonic teams up with the Donut Lord, aka Sheriff Tom Wachowski, to save the planet in his action-packed adventure that's fun for the whole family.
First of all, he doesn't go supersonic in this movie.
He does not.
That's not until the second one, and then.
Well, they're talking about like supersonic speed.
I know, but like, every time I hear supersonic, it's like that's not what it is.
It doesn't go Super Saiyan.
It's like the
not
meme
until
of,
the
like,
second one.
Meme of like anyone that like shows a picture of like Snake from Metal Gear Solid and calls him Solid Snake. It's just no, that is not Solid Snake.
Yeah.
Stop impersonating him. So, anyway. Yeah, I don't like that. I like it seems
the
like
IMDb version of the synopsis of the movie doesn't really do it justice.
It doesn't do it justice, and also like the one on the back of the box just sounds kind of like a 15-year-old wrote it, to be honest.
Pretty much.
But I guess you got to like imagine a kid is reading it.
Yeah, this is geared more towards children.
Yeah, why
instead of grown ass adults like us.
Yeah, you gotta stop me if I'm being overly critical of a children's film. Because that is what it is.
I mean, yeah.
But also, damn it, this movie this character is old. He's older than me.
Yeah, it came out in 91. Because I was doing research because like the end credits of the movie is like back in like first Sega Genesis era. And I was trying to look up like, I think it's 16-bit. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, we'll talk about the credit sequence in this movie because it's amazing.
Yeah, because like but yeah, this is geared towards children more than it is. But like, I feel like that the second and third one are more for everybody and not just families or just children.
There's definitely obvious references in there for fans of the series because like the second one is a huge Sonic and Knuckles like get, and then
the third one is about like Sonic
Adventure
and
2, basically,
where it's Sonic and Shadow.
Yeah, so
but let's move on to director, writer, stars. So we got director Jeff Fowler, we got writers Pat Casey, Josh Miller, and Yuji Naka. And
Yuji Naka created Sonic, by the way.
Yeah. And then got just the top cast of people. So we got Ben Schwartz, who's the voice of Sonic.
Yes.
Who I love Ben Schwartz. Have you ever seen the show Parks and Recreation?
I have not seen Parks and Rec.
It is pretty funny. It's kind of like Office or
not
The
a
Office.
fan of The Office.
I've
heard it's funny, but like I could never really get into these like.
Yeah, I've never seen The Office. I don't care about The Office. I've never cared about The Office, and I never will care about The Office because of the fact that I just don't find it to be funny. I don't care. Now
my problem with people
Parks and Rec is in the same style, but it is actually funny. And I've also been told that like people that watch The Office and that work in an office get it a lot more than people that don't work in an office. And I'm like, well, yeah, because it centers around people that work in an office building. That's the joke.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I know about this like type of character because I work with that person. And it's like, duh.
It's the people that make The Office their personality
I hate that.
That it's what gets me.
Yeah.
Like people who put like stickers of characters from The Office all over their stuff.
Yeah.
And like people who put like Office quotes, like, see, look, don't you watch The
Look,
Office?
it's
Don't you
funny.
recognize this
It's,
quote? It's
yeah,
like, no.
it's like, look, it's funny. It's
Shut
like,
up.
No, it's not. Leave me alone. Walk away. And then we got James Marsden, who plays as Tom. Jim Carrey himself as Dr. Robotnik. See, and you're like, with Jim Carrey, you know when he's doing Jim Carrey stuff. Because
Yes.
he's always doing that stuff whenever he's in a comedy or a family movie, right?
Yeah.
Like in The Grinch, right? He does his own wacky stuff.
He's just a great character actor.
But here's the thing, is that you know that it's Jim Carrey, you know he's going to do his thing. But he always plays as that character, though, that
Yes.
he's always in. He's not like The Rock, where he's just The Rock, okay? Like, he doesn't play a character, he just plays as himself.
Like I believe that he's playing as like that he's the character that he's playing instead of just he's just playing himself.
Right. It's like he just adds more flair to that character, and that's it.
Yes.
And we got Tika Sumpter, who plays Maddie, Natasha Rothwell as her sister Rachel. Love Adam Pally is Wade. Lee Majdoub as Agent Stone. And then we've got Neil McDonough, who plays as Major Bennington.
I think that's such a funny casting because he only has like 2 lines.
Yeah.
And then he's like way more prominent in other. Like I know him from 2 other things, right? He is in Arrow. Because he's what's his face? He's a villain in that show.
Yeah.
And then he's also in Suits as he's a member of the some agency. So
well, like I recently saw a movie that he was in, Walking Tall with The Rock.
Okay.
So, and I actually really liked that. Also, I didn't realize how short that movie was. It's like a little over an hour because like it's supposed to be like closer to like an hour and a half, but there's like 12 minutes of credits at the end. And I'm like, how is there 12 minutes of credits at the end? And this is only supposed to be an hour and a half long movie, if that. And I'm like, this is more like an hour long movie, honestly. Because, like, without the end credits, it's like more like an hour, if anything. And then last we got Tom Butler is Vice Chairman Walters. It's like the big government guy.
He's from Gun, which we won't find out until next movie, Gun.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it's Guns from Sonic the Hedgehog, actually.
Ah.
Or it might be from Sonic Adventure 2 as well. But yeah, it stands for something. I don't remember what it is, but it's the agency called Gun. So.
Oh yeah. And then we got taglines here. I got a few of them for you here, Jack.
Yeah, it's like I can see that.
A whole new speed of hero. Every hero has a genesis.
That's a good one.
It is a good one because it's also doing a callback for the Sega Genesis when he first came out on. Gotta go fast.
I see. I don't like. Why is there a period in between? That's not how he says it. That's
Yes, he does.
no. He doesn't say got.
He says gotta go fast.
No, he doesn't.
I know.
He does not say it like that.
When the world needs a hero, think fast. Speed is the second name.
Weird.
Or Speed is his second name.
Okay.
Roses are red. Sonic is blue. Earth needs a hero. A hedgehog will do.
That's a good one. I actually kind of like that one.
It's dumb. A hedgehog becomes a hero. Don't blink. You might miss it.
Okay.
Supervillain versus Super Sonic. Try to keep up. Racing into theaters soon. And this Valentine's Day, put a ring on it.
That's crazy. I forgot that it came out on Valentine's Day.
I forgot about that too.
That's so funny. All right, babe, we're going out to dinner.
Well, it's kind of like that in like Deadpool because I talked about Deadpool for Valentine's Day this year.
And then he even makes a joke on Valentine's Day about like I know what you're thinking. Like, my boyfriend said this was a superhero movie. That guy just got fucking kebabbed.
Right.
So it's like, babe, we're going out to a movie. And it's like, oh, I wonder if it's like The Notebook or something like that's being rerun.
No, we're gonna go see Sonic.
We're gonna go see Sonic. Oh, the look on many a girl's face when their significant other tells them we're going to go see the Sonic movie.
Yeah.
Anywho, Let's roll into it.
Yep. So, I really liked the intro to this movie with the Paramount logo and stuff because it has the rings, and then also they have the ring sound like in the game.
Yeah.
I did also want to point out that like whenever Sonic does like drop his rings, they always make that same ring sound, and I'm like, oh, nostalgia.
Again,
it's
there's little bits and pieces of little video game references that are sprinkled in this movie.
Because like even in the beginning, where he's running around when he's a kid.
Yeah.
And like that's green. That's
Green Hill Zone. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they have like an homage or a nod to Green Hill Zone of being like, oh, this is Green Hills, Montana.
Yes.
Where it's like on Earth, that's where Green Hills is. And I'm like, but there's no Green Hills. It's just flat because it's the Midwest.
I mean, it's kind of. I think it's mountainous. So.
Yeah, it's more mountainous.
So
that's true. But yeah, I did like in the beginning when he's running around Green Hills, and I'm just like, dude, like that's from the game. Like that's cool. And it's also the thing of being like, okay, well, how would they do the mountainside? Because like each other block is like a different shade of the mountain. So it's all like light, dark, and then like they did that in the movie.
Yeah.
And then they also have like a bunch of like loop-de-loops and a bunch of ramps and stuff that he runs on and everything, and like bridges and stuff like that. So
the music that's playing is actually it's Friends by Hyper Potions, and that's actually a theme from Sonic Mania. So like the game that came out probably maybe like 8 years ago.
Yeah,
that was like it's like a homage to classic Sonic in the modern day, and that's the opening theme to there's an opening little movie before that game, and that's the song that's playing at the beginning of this movie. It's like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then I think like a lot of the inspiration for this movie came from the comics.
Yeah,
as well as the games.
Because like they had the comics, and then they also had the animated show as well for kids.
Yes.
So, and I think what they potentially could go in Sonic 4, if they actually do make a Sonic 4, which I don't doubt that they won't, is that they could add like the 3 villains from the other Sonic games. Like the Crocodile Bee and...
you mean Team Chaotix?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hector, Charmy, and Espio. Yeah. But
I think that they will introduce Rouge the Bat first, though.
Well,
because
did you not see the post-credit scene for Sonic 3?
I did, yeah.
It's
going to have Amy.
You know, Amy and Mel Sonic are in there, right? So,
and that's the only reason why I'm mentioning that. Like, okay, well, they might introduce Rouge the Bat too in the 4th one.
That would be interesting. So, I'd be curious to see how they go about designing that character.
This area's off limits, Slugger.
How are we going to?
And we all know how Rouge the Bat looks.
Yes,
she's just a pair of boobs on a bat.
They have definitely tried to tone down her design in modern interpretations of that character for sure.
Have they though?
Yes, they have.
Have they?
Like they came out with a new Sonic, I guess a 2D Sonic game that was like Sonic Superstars, and she's in there, and she's way toned down.
Oh, well, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about 3D Sonic.
Oh, 3D Sonic? No, she still looks the same in most 3D Sonics. Even in the most recent one, Sonic and Shadow Generation, she still has her old design.
Well, yeah.
I think it's like.
I mean, you can't really change her design except for just making her.
You can make her
tits smaller, so it's the only thing you really can change.
Right.
Maybe her head, I don't know.
So
but yeah, he runs around Green Hill Zone, and I'm all like, dude, like this is cool, and he needs to go to Earth because his mother figure, Longclaw,
the owl,
because like this is our first look at like the what's the tribe called for Knuckles?
The Echidna clan.
Yeah, I was thinking like the Echidnas, but yeah, the Echidna clan. They come and then they basically attack her for no reason.
No, they're trying to get Sonic.
Well, yeah,
because Sonic is powerful, but Long Claw was protecting him.
But here's the thing, though: the Echidna clan, they only have an interest of protecting the Chaos Emerald. That's it.
Yeah, but maybe they see Sonic as like a threat. That's never really explained too much as like
not
why
in
they were
this
trying
one, or
to
even
attack.
not even in the second one. The second one, Knuckles just gets like brainwashed by Dr. Robotnik into being like his muscle.
He's just stupid.
Well,
he just believes anything that somebody tells him when it comes to the Master Emerald.
Well, yeah,
and that's even the same thing in the games too.
Yeah,
that's exactly how they get him. I think that's how they got him in Sonic X too, the 4Kids TV show.
Probably,
which is really good, by the way.
I love Sonic X.
I love Sonic X.
I especially love the intro.
We skipped over at the beginning, though, before we get Sonic's flashback to him being as a kid running around Green Hill Zone, that they do the thing where it's like, well, you're probably wondering how I got in this situation.
I fucking hate that trope.
I hate that trope
It's all
so
like,
much.
well, here I am in the middle of the ending to this movie. Let's back it up, shall we? How did I get into this mess? Let's go 3 weeks before this.
He literally rewinds through the entire movie.
Right.
You can see
the only time that I've actually didn't pay it no mind is in John Wick. Because like in John Wick, it's literally at the end of the movie that we're introduced.
Which John Wick?
The first one.
Oh.
When he's in the SUV and then he falls out of the car.
Oh, yeah, that's
and he starts looking at the video of him and his wife.
But imagine if that same scene, but John Wick was narrating.
But it paused, and then he just goes like, "You're probably wondering how I got into this."
No,
let's go back like two days before.
Yeah, it's just like I hate that trope, and it's like kind of made me groan out loud when I first.
Yeah, and I was all like, of course, because and like they do it in Deadpool as well, since we talked about that earlier.
But at least like
being let me take you back to the time before I squeezed this tight little ass into some red colored spandex.
At least you get that because he's like breaking the fourth wall.
And it's not just like the fact of going like, oh, you're probably wondering how I got into this.
No, he's like saying some other shit.
Like it actually starts off with him doing action stuff, and then like he slices up the one dude, and he goes like, oh, you're probably wondering like, oh, like my boyfriend took me to come see this movie and whatever and blah blah blah.
Yeah, but that's funny. Like
oh yeah,
that sort of breaks the formula because he's like saying different stuff.
Right.
But Sonic is
and
saying
it actually
the generic,
sets it up.
Like, gee, you're like, yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got myself into this situation. It's
right. Like, let's go back to like a week before.
Yeah. So, yeah. So then Sonic escapes through a ring, and now he's in the human world.
Yeah, now he's on Earth, and then she
Welcome
goes,
to Earth.
Welcome to Earth.
Welcome to Earth.
Just Will Smith is sitting there waiting for him at the portal, and he
just goes like, baby Sonic, just like, welcome to Earth.
Goes like, poof, welcome to Earth.
Welcome to Earth.
we can never not talk about Will Smith punching the alien from Independence Day.
It's so funny.
Any single like type of alien movie now.
If there's some sort of guy he comes to Earth,
it's gonna be a running joke.
Will Smith is just ready.
Will Smith is ready right there. Just go like, welcome to Earth. Poof.
Welcome to Earth.
Knocks him out.
But then we get to see like several years later, and then like
it's like 7 years later. No, 10 years later.
10 years later. So
because now he's like what, 13? No, he's not 13. He wouldn't be 3. He would be like 15 or 16.
Yeah. So definitely, Sonic definitely showing his age
a little bit. Yeah.
So imagine if this was like if this wasn't Sonic, it was just like a kid.
Yeah.
Right. It was just a kid that had super speed.
Yeah.
Right? Would it be as appealing? Would you have liked him as much if it was just a kid?
Just like a kid running around? No.
Yeah. That's what I mean. So like
here's the thing. I'm pretty sure that the tagline for "Gotta Go Fast" is from him talking about it in the trailer, because I remember that in the original too, that he was on a highway and he's like gearing up and like he's in a stance and he goes like, when, gotta go fast.
That's when Gangster's Paradise kicks in, because he puts on like a boom box too.
Yeah. And they did keep some of the stuff from the original trailer too, like when Robotnik shows up on the building and all of his robots like shoot missiles at him, and then like he stops time and
he looks at his watch.
He looks at an imaginary watch, scratches his head, and like like starts blowing them up with each other. So
here's a question. Do you think this movie would have worked better if it was in like the 90s?
No.
No?
No.
You think it's fine if it was in like the modern day?
Yeah.
I wonder
not even early 2000s or mid 2000s, like 2010s.
Cuz like I think that's what I think of another movie that like sort of does that, like Transformers Rise of the Beasts. It has that sort of thing where it's like it's not in modern day.
Yeah.
And it's still in the 90s. And I think that plays into the nostalgia factor of, oh, this is a Transformers movie that came out in the 80s.
Yeah.
So like I wonder to myself,
do you mean like if it was released in the 90s?
No.
Or that it had the
I mean
90s vibe?
if the not if it was released in the 90s. I'm talking about if in the world the time period was not modern
like
day,
was
but
90s?
was set in the 90s. No. Okay.
Not at all.
All right. I just think about myself like, I wonder if that
because I feel like that would have changed the plot. Instead of them going to San Francisco and stuff, I feel like that would have been different. So
I mean, I just think that like it might have helped to like play into the 90s nostalgia.
Yeah.
To have a bunch of like 90s stuff going on, because it came out. Sonic the Hedgehog came out in 91.
Right.
But I don't know.
Yeah. But
Think about that.
yeah, one of the things that I love Tom. I love John Marston.
Yeah, Tom, you got it right.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to think of his
Wachowski.
first name. Yeah, James Marston. That's what it is.
Oh, James Marston.
Yeah, James Marston. I really like him in this movie because like I know him only as Cyclops, because I grew up with James Marston being Cyclops in the X-Men movies.
Oh, that's right. He was Cyclops.
So
I totally forgot about that.
yeah. So whenever I see him, I'm like, that's Cyclops. Like, and it's kind of like with Hugh Jackman. That's Wolverine.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And like Halle Berry's Catwoman.
Yeah,
she was in the god awful Catwoman movie.
Yeah, the casting in this film was pretty good, all things considered.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, like I really like James Marston. And he's just like goofy and silly and comedic and stuff. Because I know that he was also in Enchanted.
Yeah.
So he played as like the Prince Charming character.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I think that's more halfway through. No. He goes into like the real world later on, and trying to find the princess, whoever she was.
Right.
But yeah.
So he plays as Tom Wachowski.
And like he's the thing of him like sitting up at the speed trap and then him like shooting the
speed trap
gun
in a small town when he's the only sheriff.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's him and Wade.
Well, he's not. He's like a.
But he's more like a deputy.
Deputy, yeah.
He's not the sheriff. But like, yeah. And then he Wade calls him and he goes like, "Hey, what's going on?" And he goes like, "Oh, nothing. I'm in the I'm drawing a blank on where it was.
I think he's in the Bahamas.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like he goes like, "I'm with Rihanna." He goes like, "No way." He goes like, "Send pics, please." He goes like, "No, I'm at the speed trap." And he just goes like, "How'd you get there that fast?"
Yeah.
Like that. It was Barbados. That's what it was.
Barbados.
Barbados is in the middle of the ocean. Like, how'd you get there that fast?
And
then he goes like, "Hold on, I got something," and then shoots the turtle with the speed gun. And he goes like, "Hey, slow it down. There's children here."
Hey, buddy, where's the fire? Got kids living around here.
I thought it was kind of funny. Sorry.
A lot of the jokes in this movie are very on the nose. Like
they're on the nose. They're also more geared towards, of course, like children.
It's like, haha, I get it. You know, it's like
Yeah.
it's like not like very obvious jokes. Basically, they tried to make like
which I did like that joke of like the turtle, because like that's more like a dad joke too. So
yeah, and it's like
even though we're both not dads, but
yeah, of course the guy, like the main guy, has to be like, you have to have a scene where a guy has a speed gun. And then Sonic runs by, and it's like, what was that? It was so fast. Like,
yeah.
Like, you have to have that in every single, like, Sonic adaptation, whether it's a TV show or a movie.
I don't know if you saw it, but like you could see Sonic in the background, like behind the squad car.
Yeah.
And like he's checking his speed.
Yeah, and then
it was like 297, and then he does it again, and like now it's at 300, and he's like,
yes,
yeah, he's jumping around in the back.
Yeah, because he just likes to fuck around, basically.
Yeah, well, he wanted to do like a speed test and stuff.
Yeah, but like he knows that nobody can catch him, and he knows that
right.
he just hides all the time, so he just basically messes with people.
Yeah.
And, like, he can stop time or whatever.
Right, because, like, he can go so fast he stops time. So he's basically, like, Quicksilver from
that same trope that, like X-Men did that a couple years before he did.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's still cool. I love the concept of speedsters.
That is, like, probably one of my favorite scenes in X-Men Days of Future Past is Quicksilver stopping time and then just doing stuff.
Which is why
like even in Apocalypse he does that. And I'm like, that's probably arguably like my favorite scene is him going to the mansion and then eating a hot dog and then like the whole mansion is exploding. He just saves everybody.
Yeah. So imagine my disappointment when in the MCU they just kill off Quicksilver immediately.
Yeah. And like he does like slow down time when he's running around and stuff, but like, you know, to grab like Thor's hammer and then like he gets launched because it's Thor's hammer.
Yeah, but like they kill him in the first movie that he's in, and then they decide to keep the other one.
Right, they decided to keep Wanda.
Yeah.
But then they kill her off.
Yeah.
Sometime after that, like 10 movies later.
There you go.
But bringing it full circle, I guess.
But yeah, speedsters are always a cool concept to do. When it's not like overblown like the Flash.
Yeah.
The Flash is just ridiculous at this point now. It's not even about how fast he is. It's now just like he
well, at least in the TV show it was, but like
then they just did a bunch of like time and space bullshit.
Yeah, but then in the Justice League movie, like it wasn't good. Especially even in his own movie, that one was even fucking worse.
It's terrible.
So I watched it just to one, see how bad it actually was, and two, because Michael Keaton Batman. And then I was just like, this is god awful. And then I see clips of it, and I'm like, see, that actually looks pretty fucking cool. But then I also remember the whole thing about it, and I'm like, oh god, like, no, I'm not going to rewatch it. The only reason why that I would actually rewatch it is for Michael Keaton's Batman. That's the only reason why. Because Michael Keaton's Batman is arguably the best Batman. So, arguably. Robert Pattinson's is up there too. So. But I'm talking about Batman and stuff and MCU and Marvel.
So, like, quickly running through this, we get a monologue from Sonic basically saying what he's been doing since he's been on Earth, where he's just been, like,
I wanted to point out that he saves the turtle.
Oh, yeah,
he does. And then he runs around with the turtle, and the turtle is, like, happy that he's going super fast now.
Yeah.
Because he's a turtle, so he's slow. And then, like, Sonic just goes, like, yeah, you're doing great, has him up on his hand, and then, like, it flies out of his hand, and then he grabs him.
Runs back to catch him.
And then he runs, so he's running around, and he goes through the forest, and, like, he drops him off, and then the turtle's just shaking.
Yeah.
It was great. And then he goes, like, all right, don't tell anybody, I wasn't here. And, like, he runs off. And then we go into what you were talking about of him like catching up with what we've been doing.
Yeah, so like Tom's the donut lord because
he talks to donuts.
He talks to donuts, and he like you see him
them.
like he's such a small town that you see him like helping a family of ducks across the road.
Yeah.
Again, like super on the nose jokes.
Yeah. Hey, Donald, Daisy, Daffy.
And then his wife Maddie is the pretzel lady because she does yoga.
Yeah, and then he's doing it with her, and he's all like, "Ow, ow, ow," because he can't stretch, or because it's painful for him.
And he talks about Crazy Carl.
Yeah, I was gonna say Crazy Carl with the Sonic drawing.
The Sonic drawing. And it's like,
I'm like, that's great.
It's a very good drawing of Sonic.
There is one person in town who's actually onto me. He calls me the Blue Devil.
I almost caught him last night.
Yeah,
that was a weird part. Again, another example of like kind of how Sonic fans are made fun of.
Yeah, memes come into play, and then we get like he talks about how like that they are a family, but they're really not.
And it's them sitting on the couch with their dog and they're watching Speed.
Yeah, he goes like, "Yeah, I love Keanu," and then he does the thing later on at the bar where he goes like,
"Pop quiz, hot shot."
Yeah, and I'm like, that's a quick jump between like the beginning part of Speed, like the intro to Speed, and then all of a sudden now the bus is like on fire. So basically that was the end of Speed.
Yeah.
And then he just goes like, "Pop quiz, hot shot, you're on a bus," and blah 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 blah, and he just goes like, "Oh shit," and he goes like, "Oh, it's so good."
Yeah. So.
And I'm like, of course they have to have speed because Sonic is fast. So
yeah, again, it's just very it's the low hanging fruit, basically.
Right. Yeah. And we'll cut through some more stuff here because like that's pretty much like the beginning part of the movie.
Yeah.
And we don't really need to know anything about like what's been going on, but like essentially because like I wanted to get to Robotnik, and the only reason why he shows up is because that Sonic sees these kids playing baseball and he goes like, "Oh man, it's the playoffs," and watches them play baseball and
waits for them to leave.
Yeah, and then now it's nighttime, and then he plays around by himself.
I do like this scene. It's
because he's super fast to where he can be in other places at once.
Yeah,
and like
so
he plays like a few different positions. He plays the outfield. He plays the pitcher. He plays the catcher,
and he plays the base coach as well.
Yeah, and he also plays the batter. Of course.
The batter.
So,
yeah, he hits the ball.
Yeah, and just the fact of the outfielder being like dumb.
Yeah,
he goes like, "Oh, he's like a space cadet or something like that."
Hit it out to left field. He's real spacey.
Yeah, and then he's just like looking up at the sky, just like blowing a bubble.
Yeah,
chewing gum.
So that I think that was very clever for him to like.
Yeah,
like you wouldn't think that like it's a very interesting idea to have him play a baseball game with himself.
Yeah, plus the overarching thing of him just being alone because like he is been alone for 10 years.
Very lonely.
And he always he's been talking about that for like throughout the course of this movie of being like, you're alone, you're always going to be alone. Because like he hits the ball, he runs all the bases, he gets home, and then he's safe, and then he goes like, and he goes to give himself a high five, but
and nobody's there.
And then he goes like, you're alone, you'll always be alone. And then he gets super upset, and he runs around the bases like super fast, to where he goes supersonic speed, and then he gets a surge of energy, and then it explodes, and then he hits the power grid,
takes out the entire power grid,
and then now we get the government involved, where they're making other decisions.
The boardroom meeting, and it's like, I love that.
Is it an EMP blast? No, it wouldn't be an EMP blast because an EMP blast wouldn't be that large.
Wouldn't be this powerful. You know? Yeah, it's like saying that like Sonic's more powerful than EMP,
right?
And it's like, you know, part because
like they have to always talk about how much more powerful the thing is that happens compared to like what we already have.
This scene is so much funny because then, like I said, like we need to bring in an expert on this, and it's like, oh, you're not seriously bringing in that guy. It's like, what's wrong with him? It was like a lot of things.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you remember Azerbaijanistan?
Right.
And it's like, no. And it's like, well, of course you did. Not after Robotnik was done with it. It's
right.
Like,
and it's all like, what?
What did he do? What could he possibly do? It's like,
which I do have something about that, but we'll wait up until the very end of this. So, but
then
that was really dumb. But we'll continue. So.
But basically they say, well, you need to call Dr. Robotnik in because he's a genius apparently, and he could probably fix this problem. Also, the military calling in a third party private like scientist to be able to solve a blackout.
Right.
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
But also entrusting like a military operation to a civilian.
Yeah, I do love the fact that maybe he's government contracted, I don't know, but
maybe
I do love Wade in this movie because like when the blackout happens, he calls Tom and he goes like, first he's just like staring at the phone and because all the lights are going off on it because like they're just getting calls.
Yeah.
And he calls Tom and he goes like, "Hey Tom, everybody's calling the sheriff's office." He goes like, "Okay, well, like, yeah, it is a blackout, so call this person, do this, blah blah blah. And he goes like, oh, okay. He goes off the phone with him, and then he goes like, what was the first thing that he wanted me to do?
Yeah, relax.
Oh, relax. And he just sits there and he just goes like,
what was the first thing he said to do? Right. Relax.
Yep. He just sits there in his chair, and I'm like, Wade's dumb funny. Which, have you seen the Knuckles series?
No.
It's okay.
Personally, I don't like Wade.
Yeah. I like him. I like him only in the movies. The whole series is based about him and Knuckles and their relationship, and that's it.
I think Wade is too dumb.
Wade is too dumb. He's more of an idiot.
He's not a very believable idiot. What I'm trying to say.
Not.
He's just dumb for the sake of being funny.
Right.
Which I don't like those characters.
No.
Very often.
Yeah. But no, I did like the fact that he's all like, okay, what was the first thing you told me to do? Oh yeah, relax.
That's a good one.
So
like, and what it kind of disappoints me because Wade at the beginning sounds kind of snarky.
Yeah.
So I was anticipating him to be a little bit more sarcastic, but no, he's just sort of.
And then also the fact that like when Robotnik is looking for Tom with Sonic and he goes to the sheriff's office and like Tom calls the sheriff's department and like he's talking to Wade on the phone.
Wade picks up,
and then he goes like, don't tell them that we talked. And he just goes like, I think they already figured that out. And they're all just standing there in the room with him. And then like especially where he talks about like he goes like, yeah, like there's a bunch of guys that showed up that look like the guys from Men in Black. Only they're not so like charismatic like Will Smith. So like so like when they walk away and he goes like, hey, aren't you guys going to erase my memory? Like they think that they're Men in Black. Which if you guys haven't seen our review of Men in Black, go watch it. It was only a few episodes ago.
It's good.
It was a good time. Good watch.
But like Robotnik's reveal, I feel like it was a good moment for them to really cash in their chips of how much they were hyping up Jim Carrey as Robotnik.
Yeah, the only thing that like when I first watched this, I was all like, it's not really Robotnik, because like Robotnik is fat. He's got this wild mustache like that goes like 5 times away from his radius, and then like he's also bald.
Yes.
So and to have Jim Carrey not be anything like that is kind of mind blowing to me.
But then they remedied that throughout the course of the next couple of movies. So
yeah, they remedied that like he's getting more to being like crazy Robotnik at the end of the movie, like and when he's on the mushroom planet.
For me, Robotnik has always been Dr. Eggman.
Yeah,
like I wasn't like Robotnik is like there's a point where he becomes Eggman like canonically in the series.
Yeah,
like that's what his name is, but like I've always known him as Eggman.
Yeah,
like I know they're both the same thing, but like.
Well, technically, no. In the lore of Sonic, Dr. Robotnik and Eggman are 2 different people. Because Dr. Robotnik is the main villain in the old cartoon series.
Yes,
and also in the comics.
Right.
And then in the video games, he's just Eggman.
Yeah.
And then like even in sorry to keep going on with this, but like even in the third one, his grandfather is Dr. Robotnik, and then he's Eggman.
Gerald Robotnik.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because that's a reference to like Sonic Adventure 2 as well.
Right.
So, but like because I'm glad that they did refer like Sonic does refer to him as Eggman, and it makes sense why he would call him that.
Yeah, in San Francisco. Yeah,
because his drones look like eggs. So
right, and he's a man. So
otherwise Sonic would have no reason to call him Dr. Eggman. So I'm glad that they did that because oftentimes they'll do that thing where they like a character is called something that's from an adaptation. And then in the movie, there's no reason for that person to call him that because there's nothing to indicate that.
Right.
So they made it very clear that people who know this character, don't worry, he's both Robotnik and Eggman at the same time.
Yeah.
But I actually kind of like this design. It wasn't offensive to me. I didn't look at this as a Sonic fan. And I'm like, oh, why that's not very faithful. Right. It's like the fact that this movie exists at all is astounding. Yeah. So it's like I should be happy that this movie exists at all. And so
100%. And then it went on to make a franchise with 2 other movies.
Yes,
so.
and they put
a spin-off show.
And they got Jim Carrey back for all one.
Yeah, because this was going to be his last movie that he was going to do, and then he was going to retire.
Yes.
And then he goes like people were asking like, oh, would you ever come back if they made a sequel? And he goes like, yeah, I mean, like if they made a Sonic 2, I'd probably come back. And then sure enough, they made Sonic 2. And then he came back, and then he goes like, okay, this is going to be my last movie. And then that's the reason why that basically he quote unquote dies at the end. And then they asked him like, oh, if they made a Sonic 3, would you come back? And he goes like, only if it was written in gold would I come back. If they wrote me a script specifically with gold. And then that's what they did.
And then he played himself twice.
Yeah, he played himself twice.
He played 2 different characters that were both himself.
It's as if we're 2 characters in a movie being played by the same actor.
Yeah,
3, so
which is great. I love the 3rd one.
Very good.
It's my favorite.
But Dr. Robotnik in this movie is just such a spaz.
Yeah,
and
because like even later on when he's talking to Stone, he keeps telling him that like I hate humans because they're not reliable. That's why I love machines because they do what they're told. And like that's what he also tells the general once he comes in and he talks to the general and he goes like, who are you? And so he's trying to talk and he keeps cutting him off and he goes like, I'm in charge.
Are you in charge here?
He goes like,
no.
He goes like, yeah. He
wrong.
Goes like, nope, Ron. I'm in charge.
Are you in charge here?
Yes, I am.
Wrong. I'm in charge.
Is
Me.
Major
Ben charge?
So, and I remember that from the trailer too. And then he just goes like, let me tell you something that your pea brain will actually understand.
Yeah.
Like, you're not in charge of this outfit. I am.
Also, like, Mr. Nobody Cares.
Yeah. He goes like, nobody cares.
Pal, I don't know if you realize
I'm sorry, Major. What was your name?
Benny. Nobody cares.
Jim Carrey does not look like traditional Eggman, but he sure brings that Eggman energy.
Yeah, he does.
He did his homework and he looked up on I'm sure he definitely did some research on Eggman's actual voice actor,
right?
Which I'm blanking on the name of, and I'm a fake fan that I don't know what his name is.
Yeah, but yeah, and then he tells the general, he goes like, "Why don't you go over there in the corner and do what you do best, which is nothing."
Mike Pollock is his name.
But yeah, no, I love Jim Carrey as Robotnik in this movie. Like, he's crazy, but in the sense that he hasn't lost his mind. He's crazy in the sense that he's smarter than everybody else and he knows it, and he's proving everybody else to be dumb. So, like, especially when he meets Tom for the first time, because he finds out that Sonic is there because he finds a shoe print, and Stone starts asking him questions about like, oh, like you found evidence, and he goes like, yeah, I ran the footprint through every database that I have my hands on, which is everything. And he goes like, my computer has come up with nothing, not even anything in the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
So this isn't even baby Sasquatch or anything. So, and they go to Tom's house, and he goes like, hey, I'm from the power company, like investigating the cause of the blackout. And he goes like, you mind if I come in? And he goes like, yeah. So that means that you know my
buddy
friend
Spencer, I think.
Yeah, my buddy Spencer at the power company.
Spence.
And he goes like, Spence, yeah, like he's always a kidder, that one, and blah, blah, blah. And then he goes like, oh, before I let you in, usually people from the power company go to the outside of the house. Even if you're not home, they could check on the meters and stuff. He goes like, and my friend Spencer works at the gas company. So
why would I ever let you inside my house?
Right. And
which is true.
Yeah.
Which is valid. That's
yeah.
what you should do when some random official starts showing up and says that they want inside your home. It's like, you better come back with a warrant.
Right. And so basically he barges his way in to find Sonic because we didn't even talk about the fact that Tom...
We totally skipped over that.
Tom finds Sonic because like there's raccoons and stuff early on, so he thinks that there's raccoons in his garage. So turns out that Sonic is now on the run because Robotnik is and the military are after him. So he goes to Tom's house, like in his garage, and Tom comes in, and like this is the opening of the trailer is when Tom goes into the garage with the trank gun.
Yeah,
he's looking around, and then he finds Sonic there.
SFPD pending background checked.
Yeah, and he just goes like, finds Sonic there, and he just goes like, meow.
Yeah. He just
screams, and then he shoots him with the trank gun in the leg.
Meow? Ow!
By the way.
Yeah.
So now he can't run, and they start like talking and stuff and whatever.
Well, the reason that Sonic went there in the first place is because
because he was going to run away. He was going to go to the Mushroom Planet. He was going to throw the ring,
but he had to do it in a safe place that nobody would see.
Yeah, and then he sees Tom's shirt that says San Francisco because he was going to move to San Francisco. Because he got a police job over there.
Yes.
And he goes like San Francisco, and he drops the ring, and then
the bag of rings falls on top of the Transamerica building in San Francisco.
And so and then it closes.
Yeah.
And then now that's the reason why they have to go to San Francisco is to go get his ring so he can get off planet.
And which is kind of weird that's how the mechanics of the rings work.
Yeah.
Is that you have to be thinking of the place. And that kind of doesn't make sense when you think about the very end of the movie because Tom is the one who throws the ring
of the Mushroom Planet to get Robotnik in there.
So how does he know what
I mean, he probably just thinks like, okay, Mushroom Planet, throw. And it's like it's a planet with mushrooms on it. I don't know.
Maybe he used Sonic's description of the Mushroom Planet as inspiration for like that. But anyway,
I don't know.
That's spoilers. That's later on in the movie. So yeah. Robotnik breaks in. Sonic runs downstairs because he's trying.
Tom puts him up in the attic.
Yeah,
and then Robotnik's robots
drones are scanning
for him, and then he
rolls out of the
attic, and then he goes like, and then he hides. And Robotnik is like telling him, going like, okay, well, you've got the count of 5.
Give me 5 seconds to tell me where it is.
Yeah, and then he gets down to 1, and he goes like, no, don't hurt him, and then he screams.
Wait, don't hurt him.
Which is great. And then Tom punches him, knocks him out, and then they take out the drone that's in there that was gonna shoot them, and
after it's shooting up the house, by the way.
Yeah. Because Sonic's on top of it and it's rolling around and stuff, and so they leave. Now they're on the run, and
Dr. Stone pulls up.
Yeah, Stone pulls up and lets them get away, and then he comes in and he checks on Robotnik, and he just goes like, "Hey, yeah, I saw them get away," and he goes like, "And you try to stop them, right?"
You wouldn't think to stop them, yes? Open your mouth and say that you wanted to stop them.
Yeah.
And it's like, no,
he goes like, I wanted to check on you, and then like grabs him by the bottom of his jaw, and he just goes like, I just think that's hilarious with Robotnik. And he puts on his glasses, and like they're all bent up.
Call optical illusions. I need new frames.
And he goes like, they know the ones I like.
So now Tom and Sonic are on the run in Tom's truck, and they're going down the highway, and they're like, they finally introduced themselves, by the way.
Yeah. Because he starts talking to him as Donut Lord, and he goes like, what is Donut Lord? Like, what is that? And he goes like, oh, like you talk to donuts and like you eat them if they get out of line. And he goes like, well, you're not wrong there.
He's not wrong.
Yeah. And so he goes like, my name's Tom, okay? And he goes like, okay.
I'm Sonic.
Yeah.
And then in the middle of their conversation, like they're talking about ground rules about what they're doing as they go to San Francisco to get his rings.
Well, first Tom isn't going to take him.
Right.
And then he goes like, yeah, San Francisco is west. And then he gets him out of the car. Sonic leaves. Goes straight west. He comes back, and now he's all soaking wet with a fish on his head.
Like he's got seaweed and a fish on his head.
Yeah. And he goes like, so I went the way that you told me to, and then to my surprise, I wound up in the ocean.
So number one, I don't know where I'm going. And 2, salt water is cold.
Well, he goes like, second of all, salt water hurts.
Saltwater
or
hurts.
stings.
I'm wet. I'm
cold.
And
There's
I got
a fish on my head.
You see the movie where it's like, I'm wet. I'm cold. There's 104 days of summer vacation. It just cuts into the Phineas and Ferb opening.
Yeah. What was it? It was from Dumb and Dumber. That's what I was thinking of, the scene where he goes like, we have no food, we got no jobs. He goes like, there's a, what is it? Oh, he goes like, our pets' heads keep falling off.
Got no food, we got no jobs, our pets' heads are falling off.
Like that whole thing.
I wonder if Jim Carrey helped influence that line a little
Maybe, because it does, because like that's what was very reminiscent to being like, I'm cold, I'm wet, there's
or maybe
a
the
fish
writers
on my head.
just watched Dumber and Dumber.
Maybe.
And they're like,
well, everybody's seen Dumb and Dumber for the most part.
I've never seen it.
You need to watch it.
All right.
Don't watch any of the others, just watch the first one.
But yeah, like,
I can tell you right now, Dumb and Dumber 2 is a skip.
Okay.
And the spin-off, I guess, of them growing up, I guess it's also a skip.
Okay.
There's certain things about it that are charming, but otherwise it's a skip. Like Bob Saget. Bob Saget's in that movie. But anyhow,
but like they get like Tom agrees to take him because it's like, yeah, I kind of did.
Yeah, because Sonic also points out that like, yeah, well, you kind of like tranquilized me to where I couldn't leave.
Yeah,
and
that's fair,
you like made me feel bad and whatever. And he just goes like, all right, you don't need to keep piling it on. I'll take you. And then, so they're on their way to San Francisco while Robotnik is chasing after them.
Before that happens, like, Sonic gets distracted. Oh, the world's largest rubber band ball. He runs out the window.
Yeah, and he goes like, this isn't some sort of road trip. And then he runs out and then like he runs back in and he goes like, yeah, you're right. It was pretty boring. The gift shop was pretty cool though.
He got
and,
like a hat and like 3 rubber band balls and then a paddle ball.
And he also got him a mouse pad.
Hey, I got you a mouse pad.
And of course like the whole kid trope of being like, oh, are we there yet? He goes like, we'll get there when we get there. Okay.
Yeah.
So because they're driving from Montana to San Francisco. It's a pretty long drive.
Yeah.
So but they stop at a gas station and this is the part that I was talking about earlier with Wade talking about the guys being in
because he goes to that phone booth.
And
it's like phone booths are for drug deals and futures from the law, which is what we are.
Yeah,
we're one of those things.
Yeah, we're one of those things. And because he goes like, oh, you're gonna talk to somebody in that glass box, and he goes like, it's a payphone.
Is it teleportation box?
Yeah.
Like,
he goes like, no, it's a payphone.
For drug deals and futures from the law, which is what we are. So.
Yeah, and he starts talking to Robotnik, and Robotnik tells him about the one time that he got bullied, and he got punched, and he goes like, you know what I did? I made machines after that, and I decided to make brain over brawn, and I made that kid eat through a straw.
I think he said officially. So he says, I analyzed the inefficiency where brawn shoved over brain. I seek to resolve the inefficiency.
Yeah,
and I had that kid drinking through a straw for a year.
Yeah, and he goes like, so what are you talking about?
It's like, I'm saying that you're the kid with the straw.
Yeah.
You're next. The last guy who punched me in the face was drinking out a straw for a year, so you're the kid with the straw.
Yeah. He goes like, oh, okay. And he goes like, when I find you, he just hangs up. And he goes like, hello? 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 And he goes like, I think he hung up because I see that the red button's off.
I said the light's not working.
Yeah, and he goes like, I could call him back if you want. And he goes like, no, why don't you continue to be you? Sliss. And I'm like, damn, that's cold that he's talking about him being useless. And I'm like, well, not even just the fact that he calls him useless. He goes like, no, why don't you sit there and be you? Sliss. And I'm like, damn, that's cold.
So he's so snarky.
Yeah. And then we get the bar scene because Sonic never, like, because he sees all the cool stuff that's going on at the bar.
He's sitting in the truck and he sees people on motorcycles pulling up and like there's a monster truck for some reason. Some guy doing
spins on the motorcycle. He just goes like, I need to do something.
It's like, it's so cool, must resist.
Yeah.
He
goes like, I don't need it.
He's got the mind of a 12-year-old boy, basically.
Well, yeah, because he is 15 or something.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, then like he goes into the bar. He has a disguise where he's wearing a mustache too. And Tom comes in and he's talking to Sonic. He goes like, no, we got to get out of here. We got to leave. And the waitress shows up, and she goes like, "You can't have kids in here."
Yeah.
And he goes like, "Oh no, like
he's like
not
43
a kid.
years old.
Yeah, he's 43, and he's got a weird skin condition that he's had ever since he was born.
The Johnny Test excuse.
Yeah, and then he just goes like, "Yeah, I was born this way," or something like that. And they do all this stuff because he goes like, "Oh, like since I'm leaving Earth, like I can't do all the stuff that I wanted to do." He goes like, "Oh, like
you have a bucket list.
Yeah, you'll make a bucket list," and tells him what the bucket list is, and he writes down a bunch of stuff that he wants to do before he leaves Earth, and they do all of that at the bar. 95% of it they do at the bar, and it's like, oh, like play a sport with someone, like do like dance.
Tame a wild animal,
which is the mechanical bull.
Yeah.
And do a bunch of stuff. And then get into a bar fight was one of them, too.
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure he just did that on impulse, because who wants to start a bar fight on a bucket list? And they have a bar fight and stuff. And, like, especially he takes the beer bottle with the big guy.
No.
He goes like, "Pop quiz, hot shot. You started a bar fight with a hedgehog in a poorly disguise. Like, what do you do?"
Yeah.
And so he just goes like, "Bink," and he just goes like, "Huh, usually this is supposed to break." And he goes like, "Bink, bink, 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 bink."
I think what's more funny is they start this confrontation because, like, we don't like your kind around here.
Yeah.
So what kind is
like,
that?
What kind is that? He goes like, "Hipsters."
Hipsters.
I'm like, I wouldn't necessarily call them hipsters, because they're not hipsters. They're just at a bar. Why does it matter?
It's because Sonic's wearing a cowboy hat.
I guess.
I feel like.
Well, also you've got Tom wearing a flannel too. So
yeah,
I feel like that's kind of more like a hipster look too, I guess. But then a huge brawl happens, and they're fighting and stuff.
Sonic uses the world.
Well, the guy goes to tackle Sonic.
Yeah.
And he stops time, and then
Sonic's
he
like,
just
"Really,
like,
buddy?"
does a bunch of stuff.
It's like, "Really, pal?"
Yeah. And he just does a bunch of
like pulls
traps.
the guy's underwears, like swings a banner around people's legs, puts a bear head over the
guy.
The guy's about to like tackle him. He moves Tom to the bar and puts a drink in his hand. It's like covers like a couple guys with toilet paper during this whole sequence.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool because there's one point where he's running on the ceiling, and the only way you can tell that is because the sign on the menu is upside down.
Yeah.
So you get that shot of him running. And you know, it's always so interesting to see what people do in these situations where I love the stop time trope.
Yeah.
I think it's one of my favorite ones because it's always so interesting to see what writers do in that time that they have. It's like,
oh yeah, because it's all like
what funny
sitting
stuff
around
can we
going
do?
like, what can we do to
people while they're not be able to move, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like very, very interesting. And it's like when they have like two guys crashing each other, and then it all goes down, and they leave basically.
Yeah. So then they leave, and then it's like they stop at a hotel, and Tom starts icing his face, and then Sonic starts mimicking him because he also gives Sonic some ice for his face, and he goes like, and then Sonic starts repeating him, and he goes like, "All right, you can stop." And he just goes like, "All right, what are we gonna do now?" He goes like, "Well, I'm gonna watch TV and pass out, so I suggest you do the same." He goes like, "But this is my last day on Earth, and I don't really want to sleep, and I don't feel like sleeping.
I don't want to go to bed."
Yeah, and so he goes like, "All right, well then get ready for bed, I guess." And so he starts doing a bunch of stuff, like
takes a shower too.
Yeah, he takes a shower, and then he farts.
Yeah,
and he just goes like, "Oh, what did you eat?" He goes like,
"I think it was called a chili dog."
Yeah,
like,
I'm like, chili dogs.
Yeah, chili dogs.
All right.
So
I watch too much Game Grumps, and they always talk about Aaron does a really good Sonic impression where he just goes like, "Chili dogs."
Aaron hates Sonic.
No, he loves Sonic.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I feel like he
hates modern Sonic. He loves past Sonic.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
That's why it was never really. I never really liked watching Games Grumps because whenever they would do a Sonic game,
he would always shit on them.
Yeah, it was just like, and they
he loves 2D Sonic. He doesn't love 3D Sonic.
What really bugged me is that they played the Wii version of Sonic Unleashed on purpose.
And it's on purpose.
Just to show how bad it was instead of actually giving the other version a chance.
Yes.
Because I feel like it's the best Sonic game.
Well, like even for me, if I was doing that, I would do the same thing. I would get the shitty version, so that way it's a lot more fun to like do stuff and talk shit on. Like they could probably,
I guess, because it's a show, but like I don't know.
You're playing it up for goofs and gaffs and whatever. But yeah, and then like Tom like gets up, goes to walk away, and then Sonic has already passed out.
Yeah.
And now it's the next day, and they're driving on the highway, and then Robotnik shows up.
Yeah.
With the giant tank, essentially. Yeah. And Sonic and Tom, they're talking about how like Tom's leaving Green Hills, and he goes like, you can't leave Green Hills, like it's your home, like that's what people do.
Yeah.
And blah blah blah. And he goes like, I didn't have that chance, I had to leave, and now I have to leave another home. And like and it's basically the whole thing of being like, you have it so good, like why are you fucking it up? Essentially, like if I had that opportunity, I wouldn't leave, and
I wouldn't waste it.
Yeah. And then so he gets so upset that he starts having his electrical surge again.
Yeah.
And then he basically gets knocked out of the truck because of the tank that's following them, and then he falls off, and then he rolls, and he has his sonic burst for the tank.
And he blows up the tank.
He blows it up, and then he goes like, oh yeah, did you see me? Did you see me dance? I'm like, and like the thing is that he's doing the floss dance. I hate the floss dance.
I also hate it.
A Sonic 1, a big tank 0.
And it's like, but like, it's in character for him to do it because he's a 15-year-old.
But like, the other thing too is like, he wouldn't have known that unless he was playing Fortnite.
True.
That's the only reason why that was a trope.
Like the floss existed outside of Fortnite.
But you wouldn't have seen like, I guess you would see kids in a small town doing the floss.
Because like the gritty came from Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Who is a football player. So
right. But yeah, and so they go to leave, and he goes like, "Is that all you got?" And
no,
so
but thank you for asking.
Yeah, Robotnik.
That's in the trailer, and I think that's really good.
I was like, "No, but thank you for asking." And like, then there's
smaller one
smaller.
I think that tank just had a baby.
Yeah, that was funny. And again, they managed to. Oh, he starts spitting out like discs, like electrical discs, and Sonic grabs them. After one of the discs hits a family van, there's kids in the back that are fighting over a tablet, and Dad goes like, "Oh, like I'm gonna take that thing away," and then they're like,
discs,
"No, like no, you won't do anything." And then all of a sudden the disc hits them, and then it
they
has
spin
them.
out.
Yeah,
and then Mom's got her makeup like in a like slashed her like diagonally across her face, and then the kids handed the tablet up to the dad.
Yeah,
that was pretty funny. I like that bit. That was good.
And then we've got where Sonic takes the discs, puts it on the robot, and then now it's like dead. And
then it spits out an even smaller robot. And
and they're like, how many times is he gonna keep coming? And Tom goes like, all right, take the wheel. I got cruise control. I'm gonna take care of this. Has this giant flashlight. And the robot's trying to take out their tire, and
Sonic's bad at driving.
Sonic's bad at driving. He goes like, "Where'd you learn to drive?" He goes like, right now. There's a book in the truck."
Yeah, why would you ask him to drive? Why would Sonic need to drive?
Right, and like he was doing fine with taking them out, so I don't know what the problem was. But Tom finally takes it out, and then there's an even smaller one
that tries to cut off the.
And so, but like then they stop, and Sonic is sitting there, and like he's talking about Fast and Furious. Yeah. He just goes like, "Oh, I feel like I'm Vin Diesel. It's all about family, Tom."
All about family.
while they're driving and stuff, and
I like how like after they get away, Robotnik's like, "Oh, give me a big fat break."
Yeah. And then there's an even smaller robot that comes up and just like starts lasering off the top of the truck.
Yeah.
Now it's a convertible.
Yeah.
So, and then Sonic grabs it and plucks off the propellers, and now it's a bomb. And I'm like, the convoluted ways that you have to come up with this shit is astounding, honestly.
Like, what do you mean?
like the fact that you have like this giant tank and then it gets destroyed, then you have like a smaller robot that's following them, and then that gets destroyed, then you have an even smaller robot that's following them, and then even then the eyepiece comes out, and then that's even like trying to fuck them up. And then it's all like okay, cool, he grabs it, plucks out the propeller, and now it's a bomb, and I'm like, what the hell?
It's sticking to it like the hands and stuff like that. It's like, I'll get it, I'll go. And then
it explodes.
Tom takes a rag and tries to throw it away, and then
now it's stuck on him. And then Sonic grabs a stick, grabs it, and puts it on a rock.
Like, nailed it.
Yeah.
Boom.
And then it explodes, and now Sonic is just like down, and then they are on their way to Maddie's sister's house.
Yes, which her name is something.
I can't remember. Because like she has a daughter, her name's JoJo. I remember that. Rachel, yeah. Okay. Yeah, they go to Rachel's house, who's Maddie's sister,
who hates Tom, by the way.
Who hates Tom? Who the whole time is trying to get her to divorce him.
It's like
because like they were on the phone before he found Sonic about like setting stuff up or whatever, and
like he's talking about using her trank gun to go take out raccoons in the background.
Well, like it was the thing of the whole time Rachel is telling her to like look at his phone for dating apps. He goes like, I don't have any apps besides the one it came with, and Olive Garden.
Yeah.
He goes like, because when you're here, you're family.
Yeah.
And again, it's alluding to the trope of going like, oh, they're a family with each other and like with Ozzy the dog and stuff like that. And so like Sonic doesn't have a family anymore and whatever.
Maddie hangs up the phone with Tom because he's gonna go check out the garage, and then Rachel's like DIVORCE.
Yeah, like the whole time, like she's trying to get him to divorce her, trying to get her to divorce him, and so like they come up and they finally get to San Francisco, but now they just get to the
Tom carries Sonic up in a blanket to the front door, and Rachel opens it and is like, nope, get out of here, get out of here, I'm calling the police.
Yep,
you are a criminal.
And then JoJo comes up and gives him a hug, and so she goes like, "Oh, thanks, Tom. You just made your niece into an accessory."
Like Maddie helps open the door for him, and then Ozzy comes up and starts barking. It's like, what is that you got there, huh?
Yeah, and then he pulls off the blanket, and it's Sonic, and then so Rachel passes out.
Yeah,
and then they also tie her up too, which is great. And they start talking about Sonic and stuff.
Yeah,
and
so
now he's just because she's a
veterinarian.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's a veterinarian, and
they're like talking about Sonic's anatomy. It's like I don't know what this is. Like I don't even know what kind of bones he has. He checks his pulse. It's like
really fast. And he goes like, I think that's pretty normal for him.
And then JoJo is looking at Sonic's shoes, which are gross and disgusting.
They're all ripped up and stuff.
They have holes in the bottom of it. And then she goes up to her room, and then Maddie cracks open some like smelling salts.
Yeah, because he starts going like, "Don't you have like smelling salts for like cats or something?" And she goes like, "Not for cats, human smelling salts, but like they don't have any smelling salts for animals." And he goes like, "Maybe they should."
Yeah, maybe they should. And so she cracks it open, and
then he wakes up and he goes like, "Gotta go fast."
And he goes like,
and then he runs around, and then he finally chills out. And
like, oh, hi, pretzel lady.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
Gotta go fast.
So Sonic wakes up and he's like, "Hi, pretzel lady."
Yeah.
They go into the next room, and just like, "You good?"
Yeah. It's the whole bit of you go like, "Cut this out." But
they go into the next
room. They talk in the next room.
And she's like, I want you to know how under control I've been.
Yeah.
Through all of this, and it's like, "Oh yeah, cool, I love you." Boom, bam.
Yeah, and
what's going on?
What the
is
hell
that
is happening?
Alien?
Yeah. And he goes like, "Yeah, pretty much."
So it's like he's like, Crazy Carl, and he's like, "The Blue Devil, that's him."
Yeah, and then JoJo comes back with his iconic red
shoes. Yes,
and she goes like, "These don't fit anymore, so
you can have them if you want."
And he goes like, "Wait, I can have them? I've never gotten a present from somebody before."
And she's like, it's like his socks were also like really gross, and it's like, you didn't think to give him any socks?
No, not at all. But yeah, then because then we find out that Maddie's sister's all tied up, Rachel. And so
it's the first one. Jojo goes upstairs and is like, "Jojo, let mommy out."
Yeah.
Jojo.
Yeah.
I have to go to the bathroom.
And the fact that now they start to make their way over to the building in San Francisco, and they're like, "Do you think that your sister would mind if we took her car?" She goes like, "Yes, I do mind that you take my car." And so she goes like, "Nah, I think it'll be
She'll
fine."
be fine.
And then so she goes like, "Yeah, just act like I'm not here. This is my house." And then they leave. Sonic goes like, "Oh, like it's up on the roof," and he goes like, "It's no good. You need a key.
He runs up to
key card to get up there."
And so their plan is that they go into the front lobby, and it's like,
he goes like, "Oh yeah, I got this.
Time to use the powers that were afforded to me."
Yeah, and
like,
so he goes like, "Hey, we got a jumper.
We got a jumper on the roof."
And so she goes like, and he shows her his badge, and
pretty serious
she goes
stuff.
like, "Came all the way from Montana?" And he goes like,
"That's how serious this is."
He goes like, "That's how serious this is."
She goes like, "All right."
Gives him the key card.
You just saved
and
a
then
life.
And then they are waiting for the elevator, and Sonic's
this
in there.
scene is great.
Yeah, and he
It's
just
so
goes
good.
like, "I can't see what's going on. Like, are we up there yet?" And so the lady goes like, "Do you have your kid in there?" And he goes like, "No." And he goes like, "It's not my kid." And he goes like, "Don't worry, I'm a police officer." So
Do you have your child in that bag?
No. I mean, yes, it's a child, but it's not mine.
It's not your child.
Relax. I'm a cop, okay?
Or a police officer. So.
And so
No, I don't like the dark.
Yeah, and he just goes like, "Oh, like this is worse than the time you had me in a dog kennel." And he goes like, "He's a kidder, like he loves playing jokes." And it's all, and they take a few steps
slowly
away.
Pan out of the scene, so like out of the shot, so it's great.
And now they're up on the roof, and Sonic's about
bags.
to like use the ring to like go to the Mushroom Planet, and then Eggman shows up.
Yeah.
Well, first they have a heart-to-heart, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, like I'm really glad that I spent this time with you guys and everything, and blah blah blah." My cat's outside the door trying to get in, so Eggman finally shows up, and he's like, "Oh wow, heart to heart, like whatever bullshit, blah blah blah," and he pushes both of them off the roof, and he goes like, "I was not expecting that." But then again, I was expecting the unexpected anyway,
so it doesn't
count. So he's about to like push the button because I didn't even mention this, like he does this whole dance thing too, like Robotnik.
Oh yeah,
he does
Robotnik's
the dance number,
and it's like,
and because like he's doing science stuff to the quill.
Yeah,
because he's going to use the quill as a power source.
Yes.
And
so he
knocks out his whole power grid in the truck, and he flips it back on, and now he continues to do his whole like experiment.
Like he's on a treadmill, like he's skiing down a slope, and then afterwards
he's got like a screen behind him,
like a T-Rex,
like a T-Rex,
like
and he's just like running. Well, he's just standing there. He's not even. Like, it's not a treadmill. He's just standing there.
He's listening to music. It's like, I forget what the song is, but it's like
some sort of like evil something
to do with evil.
Yeah, and and like he's dancing around and stuff, and then then Dr. Stone is behind him with two lattes, like he's dancing with him, and then he just turns around and he goes like,
what do you want?
He goes like, "I figure that you might like a latte with goat milk,
steamed Austrian goat milk."
And he goes like,
"What an idiot! Of course I want a latte. I love the way you make them."
Of course I want a latte. I love the way you make them.
And he goes like, put yourself up against the wall. And he just like pushes himself, and he starts talking about how like humans are so unreliable and they're idiots, and that's why he loves machines so much. He goes like, "I don't care about you." He goes like, if I could replace you with a machine, I would.
Yeah.
So but yeah, all of this basically just set up the fact that Eggman has his drone that he's piloting with the quill,
his egg ship,
and all of the robots are going to like shoot him,
and then
he stops time,
again,
and then he like has them position themselves or pushes them to position themselves.
Like he pushes the bullets and the rockets out of the way. He uses them as like drumsticks as he's like.
And again, it was in the trailer, even in the original trailer too. And he at the same time, Robotnik is trying to push the button, and he
Push the
finally
red
does.
button.
And now he is the same speed as Sonic.
Yes.
Because he has his quill.
He's using all his
And-
chaos energy.
Yeah. And he is now trying to shoot Sonic.
Yeah.
And Sonic keeps throwing the reins to go to different parts of the world. And one of the things that he had on his bucket list was run the Great Wall of China.
Yeah.
And so he's running along the Great Wall of China.
So
they go to Egypt. And
they go to France, and he's like,
yeah, there's a mime.
Like,
and
the
so
mime makes
he
a
does,
circle.
Like, he makes a circle. And, like, because the girl is, like,
unimpressed.
enthused.
Yeah.
And, like, then the rain opens up that way. And so she's like, oh, my God. And so they run through. And then...
mine goes like, Sacre bleu.
Yeah, and he goes like, damn it. I forgot how you say it.
Sacre bleu.
No, the other thing. Excusez-moi, mademoiselle.
Oh, yeah. Excusez-moi, monsieur.
Yeah. And then they go to China, and then they go to Egypt. And Sonic goes like, oh, yeah, like, I had to mess up his visual.
Yeah,
so
if you can't beat him, blind him.
Yeah. And
it's like,
he...
makes a dust tornado.
Yeah. And then he's running up against the great...
You can't go up there. It's one of the 7 wonders.
You're not allowed up there. It's one of the 7 wonders.
Yeah, and so he's like going to shoot him. And at the very top...
He shoots the Sphinx.
Yeah.
He obliterates the
Sphinx.
The Sphinx of Giza.
Yeah. And he shoots the pyramid, actually, because at the very top, Sonic throws the ring so that he goes back to Green Hill. And, the other thing, too, is like he manages to grab one of the rings and throws the ring behind Tom and Maddie, so that way they're back in Green Hills.
Yeah.
And
they lay
even the farmer, he goes like, "Oh, Tom, good thing you're here.
Betsy's about to give birth."
Well, he goes like, "I need some help around the farm. Betsy's about to give birth and stuff." And he goes like, give me a minute."
Sure, fine.
And he doesn't like the fact that the farmer doesn't freak out is funny to me. But then we've got where they are back in Green Hills. No, they're back in San Francisco.
No.
No.
Oh wait,
because I was thinking about like when they get back to the beginning part of the movie when he's running around chasing him and shooting him and stuff.
They don't change locations right away. He's running through San Francisco because he's like, why is this guy so fast? Like as fast as me?
Right.
And that's so there you have it. Yeah. We're all caught up. That's why you know that. Like,
let's see what happens next.
This flying robot is facing the supersonic hedgehog.
Right.
And it's like, ugh.
But yeah, because that was the whole thing. And now we're finally back in Green Hills, and Robotnik comes through as well, and Sonic is basically like plays dead essentially because like it's like
or
he's not
at the
really
very least
dead.
he's knocked out.
Yeah, he's knocked out.
And everyone thinks he's dead.
Yeah, and then Tom like beats him up and stuff.
I like how Tom stands in front of Sonic and Robotnik and is like, "Are you really gonna stop me?"
He was like, "I did before."
And it's like everybody else, hey, that's our sheriff you're messing with.
Yeah.
And like Wade shoots him with a gun. That's like the most important thing that Wade did all movie.
And then
Crazy Carl goes up with a chainsaw. That's our Blue Devil, who everyone could see is a real thing. And I'm totally vindicated.
Yeah. One of the things that I thought was funny was that's after this. Yeah. So
Tom basically stands up to Robotnik and says like, "You're not gonna hurt him because he's my best friend."
Yeah.
And then Sonic wakes up basically.
Yeah. And Sonic,
through the power of friendship.
To the power of friendship. And it's kind of like Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah.
At the end when he pulls out the sword.
Scott earned the power of self-respect.
Yeah. And Scott earned the power of love. And so Sonic wakes up and now he is having his supersonic moment. But he's not going supersonic. He's conducting. Yeah, he's like crackling with energy.
Chaos energy.
You could say he's going Kaioken.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah.
But he manages to like beat up Robotnik and push him through the portal.
There's a bunch of spin dashes and stuff.
Like the other thing too is that Tom throws the ring to a portal.
Open the mushroom plant, which is what we were talking about earlier. But.
Yeah. And then he finally like pushes him through. And so now Robotnik is in the mushroom planet.
Yep. Banished.
Yep. Banished to the mushroom planet.
We just killed that guy.
Yeah.
He hasn't really even done anything, really.
No.
He hasn't killed anyone. He's done a couple of he's done a lot of property damage, but like Like he hasn't really hurt any. Well, he did throw that guy through the window a second time.
Yeah.
So, but like,
other than that,
but now let's just send him to a world without human civilization and just
or
like,
food or water.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other thing too was like that we cut back to Rachel's house, and JoJo's just running around going like, gotta go fast, gotta go fast.
JoJo
and so
put my
she
Fitbit
goes
on.
like, yeah,
I need my steps in.
yeah, okay, I need to count my steps.
That was very fat. That was very funny.
Yeah, and now we're back at Tom and Maddie's house. They're repairing it, and then the general shows up.
Yeah,
he goes like, "Hey, Uncle Sam wants to thank you for your discretion of not telling anybody about."
Hands him the envelope.
Yeah, he goes like, oh man, I wonder what it is.
Money to
she goes
fix
like,
the house?
money to fix the house. Like I don't know, and it just turns out it's a $50 gift card to Olive Garden.
Which
and he goes like, have you had their bottomless? Yeah, or no, their never ending pasta bowl. He goes like, it never ends.
It never ends.
And he goes like, by the way, do you like know where that blue hedgehog creature is? And he goes like, nope, not at all. He goes to shut the door. And
it's
like,
too bad what happened to Robotnik. I was like, oh, that person has never
existed or
will exist.
Yeah, never will exist. So. But yeah, and then that's the and then it just goes to Sonic the Hedgehog.
Well,
the other thing too was like they tell him to be like, okay, like go
back to your cave. It's bedtime.
Yeah,
you know? It's
and
like,
he
but
goes
it's
like,
3 o'clock
in the afternoon, and he goes like, oh well, you know how you get. And he goes like, all right.
He goes for the door. And it's like, where are you going? And it's like, he told me to go back to my cave. And it's like,
and he goes, no, your cave's upstairs now. Like it's in the attic. And they set it up, and I'm like, that's pretty cool.
So they adopted Sonic as their son now.
Pretty much, yeah. And then it cuts into Sonic the Hedgehog, and then after that it's Robotnik being on the Mushroom Planet,
and then he shaved his head.
Shaved his head, and now his mustache is all like furled out.
So for all the people who are saying like, why doesn't he look like Robotnik? Well, look, this is their first attempt to make him look a little more like that.
Yeah.
A lesser man would die here. I'll be home by Christmas.
And then he puts on, because like then he has a rock.
A lesser man would die here.
Yeah. And he has this stone that's supposed to be Agent Stone.
Agent Stone.
And go do some reconnaissance.
Some reconnaissance. And then he starts talking like Eggman.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole video of like moments where Jim Carrey talks like
Robotnik.
like actual Eggman.
Yeah.
So
and then he puts on his glasses, which I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool.
Like his goggles, yeah. That's very good for him.
And
reconnaissance.
And then he goes like I'll be home by Christmas.
I'll be home by Christmas.
I think the second one does come out around Christmas. If I'm not mistaken.
Maybe Christmas next year?
Well, yeah, it was the the following year or something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And then we get this super cool credit scene where it's just like the events of the movie, but with Sonic the Hedgehog 1 Genesis sprites.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Very good homage.
Okay. It was just about oh no, never mind. That's the game. Hold on. Movie. Sorry, I'm looking up the movie release date for the second one. Okay, no. It came out on April 8th, 2022.
So 2 years after the first movie.
Yeah. Which I thought it would have been actually pretty good. I think that they might have actually anticipated doing it for the Christmas of next year for it to come out.
Yeah,
maybe,
but they probably had to delay it a little bit.
Well, yeah, because COVID hit.
Yeah.
So
well, COVID hit like the year that the Sonic movie came out.
Yeah, which is 2020.
Yeah.
But
and then we get we have the cool credit scene at the very end, which I think is really cool. Don't like the music choice as much.
No.
Not a fan of the music they used.
I didn't really like the music that they used for this movie, so
yeah, it could have been done better. But then we have the post-credit scene where it's a teaser of Tails coming through.
Yeah, and he goes like, "Oh man, like
Hope
he's
I'm not
here."
Too late.
Yeah, he's here. I gotta find him.
And it's Tails' voice actor from voice actress, by the way.
Yeah,
from the games.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Yes.
I found him. I just hope I'm not too late.
But then that's how that's. And there you have it. We have the ending of Sonic the Hedgehog. Now is the point where we give our consensus on this being a rent, buy, or a skip. Hence the reason why it's called RBS in the first place. Do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first. I think it's a low buy. Fuck yeah! For me.
Okay.
It's not my favorite.
Yeah.
But that's a very low bar to set.
Oh, yeah.
It is the best video game adaptation movie.
Oh yeah,
100%. In my opinion, it is the most faithful.
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot to mention that like when I don't know if you noticed this, but when Robotnik is chasing Sonic through San Francisco, he hits the Sonic Adventure pose.
Oh yeah.
That slow-mo shot. That's the
Sonic
Sonic
that's
Adventure.
the other thing too that I wanted to point out was that like the headband that he was wearing when he's doing the nunchucks in his cave, like is the logo.
Yeah.
From the Sonic games.
Yeah, so lot of little bits and pieces of Sonic like fan service in this one.
Yeah.
The movies definitely got better as they went on, but
Yes.
like that's a very low bar to clear because this one, like I said, it's the best video game adaptation. It's the most faithful, and it took a lot for this movie to come out.
Yeah.
And like to be able to pitch this to Paramount, they're like, okay, we're gonna make a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, and it's like, really, is there really that much interest in it? And then when it popped off, they were like, wow, we can really turn this into a franchise, can't we?
Right.
And then now it's like highly regarded as like, oh, this is the best video game franchise to exist.
Yeah.
So far, you could make you could make the argument about like Mortal Kombat, you know, but
Yeah.
I think this one is the best one. I love Sonic. I think that they did a really good job in making it so that not only did it, obviously it's geared towards a younger audience, right?
Yes.
So, you know, don't take our word for it as much for like I kind of nitpick this a little bit as I like to do, but at the end of the day, it's a movie for kids, so I can't really be too mad about it. But it really is a faithful adaptation, and Jim Carrey is a very smart acting choice, and you know Ben Schwartz did a pretty decent job as Sonic's voice actor, and none of this would have happened if Paramount hadn't gone back and changed their design of Sonic. The creative decision to make it more faithful to the actual video game, because that definitely is the main appeal of it's how good Sonic looks in this in this movie.
That's what makes it even better is the
if Sonic didn't look as good as he did, this movie would be like a rent for me. But for me, it's a buy, because if you like Sonic, then this is something you have to have in your collection, basically.
Oh yeah.
And if you like this is a huge win for video game adaptations as it is, because in the grand scheme of things, most video game adaptations flop.
Yeah.
Hard. When they're put onto the major motion picture.
Yep.
If you do it like, let's say, like an animated series or even a TV show, TV shows pop off, movies do not.
No.
Most times if you do a video game adaptation and put it in a series and a TV show, it works better because you have longer periods of time where you can span out a story rather than just slamming it into 1.5 to 2 hours. But this movie does it's short, so it doesn't overstay its welcome. I feel like there's a couple
it's like
of times,
an hour and a half.
There's a couple of times it gets a little bit cringy. But again, you have to realize that one, it's a movie for kids,
towards kids,
and it kind of fits the character of Sonic, in the time frame that we're sort of like suggesting that he is, where he's like mid-teens, if we're talking about like in human years. So that's why it's a low buy for me, but it's still a buy.
Okay.
So I think it's worth your time, definitely.
Cool.
That was a lot, I know.
Yeah. So for me, I'd also say that's a buy. Fuck yeah! Because literally, I bought it on digital when it first came out. Okay, and I never had like the DVD or anything like that. I literally went to 2 other stores to buy this movie. So I went to Half Priced Books. They didn't have any Sonic movies. And I was all like, damn, Half Priced Books doesn't have these? It's like, that's crazy. And then I went to a local game store to go and pick it up too, because they also sell like a bunch of DVDs and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I bought this, and it was brand new, never been opened. They had another one that was open. I was just like, okay, well, you know what? I like the slipcover, so I'm going to get the slipcover. Mm-hmm. If I have the option between getting a DVD with or without slipcover, it's always the slipcover. The slipcover is great. It's nothing different than the actual like case of the movie, but like I just like having the slipcover. It makes it look better.
Right.
Then, especially when you put it up on your shelf. DVDs are fine. They don't really need slipcovers just because of their DVDs. But like with Blu-rays and 4Ks, I always love having the slipcovers just because they make them look nicer. I hate whenever I have to just buy the movie and it doesn't have the slipcover. That always irks me. So
okay, can we stop for a second?
Yeah. Like I loved this movie ever since it came out and I watched it. It's a good family film.
Yeah, definitely.
and like it's suitable for all ages because it's a family movie.
I take my kid to see this.
Yeah.
And it's not just catering to like the parents who like saw Sonic, but like kids can actually get a kick out of this one, and then like, maybe it'll spark a new appreciation for the Sonic now. So
yeah, and but yeah, like Jim Carrey's great in this. Ben Schwartz is great as Sonic, and James Marsden is good in this. Like everybody's good in this movie, and like. I went as far as to double dip for this movie.
Yeah.
So because like
that's an indication of how good it is.
Yeah, because like I mean like I have lights on my ceiling for my room in here, and so like I use those versus the overhead light when it gets dark now, and I literally had everything blue for this movie, so that's how excited I was to actually talk about this.
There you go.
And like on my Xbox, I have a RGB light on there too because like it has a fan. Like I didn't care about the light, I just wanted the fan for my Xbox. But like I even set that to blue, so
nice.
It was great. It was a great time. And but yeah, and then I even wore my Sonic shirt for this movie, so it was great. And like no, I really like this movie. I like the franchise. I bought the second one on Steelbook because it is very reminiscent of the Sonic 2 cover, like the game cover.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's really freaking cool. I really wish that they would have done that for all of the movies, like for the Steelbooks, because like even the first Steelbook wasn't that great. It was just a picture of Sonic, that's it. And then even on the third one, they had 2 different Steelbooks, both one with Shadow, one with Sonic.
Yeah.
That's it. And I'm like, that's boring. So I just got the 4K for that one. I'm like, the 4K looks more interesting. Like that's what the Steelbook is. It's just the 4K version of the movie anyway. But yeah, they played homage to certain things of the games with sounds or music or whatever. So all in all, it's a buy.
Yeah,
it's a super good movie. And for that, let's go ahead and get into suggested people. So for those of you that don't know, what we do is that we'll take a 1, a 10, or sometimes both star review on IMDb, and then we will see how dumb these people are to see, have an open up discussion about it. So because we both say that it's a buy, we're going to do a 1-star review. Everybody, so I was looking through this to see which one I wanted to do. Everybody kept saying that this was misinformation about the one place that they talked about for Dr. Robotnik taking care of. It's
Azerbaijanistan.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, it's not like Afghanistan. Like, that's not how you pronounce it, and blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, you're misrepresenting, like, the people that are there, and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's disrespectful. And I'm like, is this really what we're focusing on? Not the overarching theme about the movie. You can literally make that as a 9 or an 8-star review of going like, oh yeah, I really liked the movie, but there was just one thing that really irked me.
Yeah.
It's like, I would have made it a perfect 10.
It's going to ruin the whole movie for you.
Right. But the one review that I wanted to talk about was the one that said, I fell asleep. What did I just watch? The 10s are astonishing to me. I have 2 boys who are obsessed with Sonic the character in video games. This movie couldn't even hold their attention. One of the worst kids movies we've watched in a long time. The story was so boring, the characters were boring, it was so lacking. So disappointed. We had really looked forward to this movie. Not worth the $20 on Prime. And this came out in 2020. So, but yeah, I mean, like, and like I said, most of it is just like people talking about the mispronunciation or the misrepresentation of the one country and whatever. So yeah, I'm just like, that's about the only one that I thought to actually talk about.
Yeah.
But with that being said, thank you everybody so much again for tuning in, watching, listening, however you guys are doing it.
This is the end of our summer movie blockbuster. 12 months of 12
weeks.
12 weeks of
summer
rating movies.
So next month we're going to be talking about some more stuff. So stay tuned for that. We do have a plan. The plan is going to be video game movie month.
Yep.
Because this made me so excited that I wanted to do video game movies for next month in September. And then, of course, at that point, it's going to be October. So then we're going to talk about the spooky month. It's going to be spooky movies.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the 1 year anniversary. So we already got something in the books for that. So stay tuned for the 1 year anniversary extravaganza of the podcast. And then, of course, subsequently, Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah.
So, but again, leave a comment section below about a movie that you guys want us to talk about. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys next week. So, bye.
Bye.